Hello, my peeps. Today's Algebra Nation will cover workbook page 7.
What about negative exponents? What is x to the negative 3? Well, if we look back for a minute here, let's look at z to the third divided by z to the fifth. I got it with z to the negative 2 by doing 3 divided by 5, but if you notice, z cubed is z times z times z, and z to the fifth is z, 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 z. 1, 2, 3 of them simplified, and there are 2 left in the denominator, which means another way to write this would be z squared in the denominator, and remember the numerator still has what would be called a 1 left, which means a negative exponent you can make positive by bringing it from numerator to denominator. X to the negative 3 would be 1 over x cubed, or from denominator to numerator. And in the end, you usually want to have just positive powers. That's how you simplify negative powers. Again, z to the negative 2, because I did 3 minus 5, or I can see that there was 2 left in the denominator. Z to the negative 2 is 1 over z to the positive 2. So a negative exponent you make positive by bringing it from either numerator to denominator, or from denominator to numerator. 5 to the negative 2 would be 1 over 5 to the positive 2 power. And 5 squared would be 25. 2 to the negative 3 would be 1 over 2 to the positive 3. And 2 times 2 times 2, remember, was equal to 8. X to the negative 3 would be 1 over x to the positive 3, and in that case, you're done. A to the negative 3 in the denominator would be a to the 3 in the numerator, and it's just times a coefficient of negative 3. So again, see negative power, you can make it positive by bringing it to the underside. So again, guess what's going to happen? I want you to, try it. Positive. Give it a try. 4 to the negative 2 would be 1 over 4 to the positive 2, and 4 times 4, because that's 4 squared, 4 times 4 would give you 16. 5 to the negative 2 on the denominator would be 5 to the positive 2 on the numerator, and 5 times 5 is 25. 7y to the negative 4. Is the 7 being raised to the negative 4? No. Why not? Because remember, is it in parentheses? No. So that means it would just be 7, and y to the 4 would go to the denominator. Y to the negative 4 in the numerator becomes y to the positive 4 in the denominator, just like y to the negative 5 in the numerator becomes 1 over y to the 5 in the denominator. So I got a lot of rules. You might want to watch this a few times to make sure you got every little piece for rules of exponents. To finish up, do you remember some special cases that any...
Before we finish up, let's take a brain break.
to the 0th power is equal to 1. Again, anything to the 0th power is equal to 1. One way to think about it, ready, is if I gave you x to the 5th divided by x to the 5th. Well, since they're the same, that would just simplify, and anything divided by itself is 1. Again, anything divided by itself is 1, but also, if you divide, what's 5 minus 5? 5 minus 5 is 0, and that's one way to show you anything to the 0th power is 1. And anything to the 1st power would just be that number, as we already discussed. So 3 to the 0 is 1. H to the 1st is the same thing as h. X to the 0 is 1. Y to the 1st is y. Z to the 0 is 1. 1 times y times 1 would just be y. Y. last time. I want you to try these. Pause now. Anything to the zeroth power is 1. But anything to the first power is just itself. 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anything to the first power is just itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But anything to the zeroth power is 1. So I would just give you. Looks like, I don't know, a million. When you multiply, divide by adding. You divide by subtracting. An exponent to an exponent, you multiply. Have a negative exponent, you make it positive by bringing it from numerator to denominator, or from denominator to numerator. Anything to the zeroth power is 1. Anything to the first power would just be itself.